Hi everyone, so welcome to today's video. Today we're doing a full face of the makeup that I'm wearing right now. These are all of my favorites for the month of November. And I decided to do a tutorial demoing all of these products, or as much of these as I can put on my face without looking crazy, just so you guys can really see and kind of have a first-hand look at the formulas and how everything sort of comes together. Because I feel like it's one thing to talk about the products and then it's another to actually see it in action. So I kind of wanted to divide that into two videos so that you can actually see them. And then the previous video, which is just kind of showing you the products and telling you the bullet points of why, that's the previous video that you saw. If you didn't see it, I will link it here. And then today you get to see everything sort of applied. And I guess to just kind of talk you through my routine. And this is the look that we are doing today. Just simple, easy on the eyes. But everything is done. We have the full brow, full face of makeup, eyeshadow, crease colors, liner, lashes, everything, but it's all just very easy, natural, and just soft because this is what I do almost daily. If I'm not filming, I tend to do more lighter makeup, quicker things because I'm a mom of four and I need to get myself ready every single day because I want to put makeup on, but it needs to be quick. So I hope you will enjoy this tutorial. If you want to see this look, then just continue watching. The first part is my primer. This is the Caliray So Blown Primer. It is supposed to control oil and also blur pores. So I do have a little bit of extra moisturizer on and some extra serums. My skin has been quite dry, so I'm only going to use a tiny bit of this through the T-zone primarily, so over the nose where I have larger pores here. Through the chin, whatever's left, I will then go around the parameters of my face and the forehead area. Then foundation. I have two that I really like. The Smashbox Always On. I've worn this several days in a row. I just absolutely adore this foundation. And I also love the Estée Lauder Double Wear. This one is oil-free and long-wearing. This one claims to be long-wearing as well, but it sort of adapts to your skin temperature. Lots of really cool claims. I'm just going to mix the two and apply both of those today because why not, right? So I actually decided to just dot the Estée Lauder onto my face as I normally do, just because mine does not have a pump. I did not order the pump and I keep forgetting to do so. So at this point I've just given up on getting the pump. I'm just going to go with my finger and just dot it because it's fine, it works. The next component to this, besides the foundation, the Always On, is the Pinnacle Foundation Brush from Anisa. This is a great brush, triangular shape. I would take one pump of the Smashbox and just kind of stipple that on and then just kind of blend these two together. Going with the Tower 28 Serum Concealer in the shade BU. I have talked about the High Glam from Natasha Denona a lot, and that's part of the magic combo that I shared with you in a previous video. So today I just wanted to switch it up and use this one that is a favorite of mine. I've been using that a lot, and it's actually a really nice formula. I'm going to set my under eyes with my Givenchy Prisme Libre powder. This is the shade Satin Blanc, and it's the perfect sort of setting powder that has a subtle kind of brightening aspect to it. There's a few sort of light peachy tones, more of like a beige, a soft pink in here. So when you blend all these together, and also a brightening lavender shade, it all kind of comes together really beautifully to sort of set and also sort of blur and almost look like a filter under the eyes. And so I like using my damp beauty sponge to pick up the powder and then just go right over the Serum Concealer. And I'm just adding some warmth with my bronzer. This is the Give Beauty bronzer. It's two shades. One is a powder and the other one is a cream contour. I love this formula so much that I ordered a darker shade. So I think it's the next shade up from the range during their Black Friday sale. And I cannot wait to bust that out and use that. I have a lot of new makeup that I'm going to be using in my next couple of videos. And this formula blends so seamless over the skin. I love it. The one that I have is called Heatin' Up, which is the lightest shade. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera. The only new thing that I've sort of added to this that was already existing in my collection is the Brow Lift in Medium Brown from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a very warm brown, which goes well with the red tones since I've recently colored my hair. And I have been kind of saving this for those times where I have my hair freshly dyed because I normally use the Benefit Precisely My Brow in 3.5. that is a bit more of a neutral brown. It's not quite as warm, so this is what I've been using lately. So I'm going to do that off camera, of course, with the Lift and Snatch Brow Pen from NYX, which I absolutely love, and then setting it with the NYX Brow Glue. So I did my brows off camera, and then I also went ahead and took care of the primer. This is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I use this every day. This is not really that exciting, so I did that. And then I set that with a little bit of the Givenchy Prisme Libre loose powder that I use for under my eyes. I just took some with my sponge to set my primer just to make sure that blending is better with my eyeshadows. Now this is the fun part of the routine where I get to do blush and highlight, which I absolutely love, and it just sort of ties the whole complexion together. And this blush is just incredible. This is the loose blush from Givenchy, the Prisme Libre blush. It has a bit of a sheen to it. I have the shade Taffetas Rose, and it is several different tones of pink. And you can see there with the camera focusing the shades of pink. And when you sort of swirl these together, it creates the most beautiful, gorgeous flush to the skin. It almost mimics what would naturally occur in my cheeks if I went out in the bitter cold and came back inside. That rosiness, I absolutely love it. I will lightly just start tapping towards the back because this does have pigment, even though it's more on the natural color. Because of the tone of pink, it still has pigment. So you have to tread softly with some of these types of tones, especially these brighter pinks. So I'm just going to tap. And then for highlighter, I have two, but I'm going to show you the Fenty one because I quickly just fell in love with this formula. This is the Killawatt highlighter, and I absolutely love this small little side here. This one is a little bit more on the peachy toned, and I will show you more up close. This one has the more peach, which is the one that I like. This one here is a lot more intense. It's more of a kind of champagne-y, icy pink shade. It packs a punch. It's got a lot of sparkle and more kind of like bigger particles that kind of are glittery. So I really like this. If she could just make this full-size pans, I would be extremely happy. It literally melts into the skin. Do you see that? There is no starting and stopping point. It doesn't look like a strip of frosty kind of shimmer. It doesn't enhance my texture. Now this one will, because it has that more kind of intense, very blinding kind of look, but the other side, or finely milled highlighters, are going to be softer. For today's eye look, I'm going to do something really simple, and I'm going to show you this next product. This is the Baked Full Face Basics from Laura Geller. I've had this for several months, and I absolutely love this. This is the product that I reach for pretty much every single weekend when I'm getting ready to leave the house, to go run errands, to go out. I have 4 kids, so I have to get myself ready very quickly before I start getting the kids ready, or after they're dressed, fed, changed, ready to go. Then I have to just throw something on my face so I look a little bit more put together, more human, right? So I rely very heavily on this product here. You have 3 eyeshadows. You have a sort of kind of super glowy and dewy bronzer that's actually for the body, but you could use it on your face. 2 highlighters, one that's softer, one that's more intense and very, very in your face, kind of blinding highlight, and then you have a blush. All of these can also be used on the eyes, which I have done. So I'm going to use the top row, Sunstone. I keep wanting to say Sandstone, but it's Sunstone. This shade right here, and it is like a dusty light rose shade that it is matte. And I'm going to take that on a fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to start applying that to my crease. I think I'm going to stick to that same brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade called Almond, which is the darkest of the 3, and this one is more of like a bronzy, shimmery brown, which I love. Bronze eyeshadow is one of my very favorites. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to start adding a little bit more depth to my eye shape and my look today. And I'm also going to just kind of lightly add a light dusting of that same shade right onto my lids, and then blend it up towards the crease. And I'm not being really careful with this. I'm just kind of very haphazard throwing this onto the eye, and it just comes together just so easily. I'm going to take Almond again with a smaller brush and apply that to my lower lash line. The shade Oyster is the lightest shade here, and that is a beautiful champagne color that actually does have quite a bit of shimmer, but it's very soft. and beautiful on the skin. I'm going to take that on a MAC 239 brush, and I'm going to pat this. You see that intensity? It does have a lot of pigment, and it's a really pretty champagne. I'm also going to take some of that and just highlight right in through here. Then I'm going to take the BK Beauty 210 brush with that almond shade and just add a little bit around the lash line, just to kind of create a bit of a shadow effect right at the base of my lashes. And you could use these with a damp brush as well. And I work this quickly as well when I'm getting myself ready to go out with my kids, because I need to be done like super fast. All right, so this is the point where you could do eyeliner or just skip eyeliner altogether and then go in with mascara. I'm going to do some liquid liner, and I'm going to do a brown liquid liner because I feel like that adds some depth and definition to the lash line, but it's also kind of soft looking and not as intense as a liquid black eyeliner. But you could do black if that's what you wanted to wear. And then I'm going to do the Tower 28 mascara, which is a favorite for the month of November. I love this mascara. It definitely grew on me. It gives me length, volume, thickness. It makes my lashes look so beautiful from inner corner to outer corner, a full fan effect. I love it. So I'm going to do that, and then I will show you how everything sort of comes together. Eyes are done. Mascara is just making the lashes look so great. I love that mascara. And actually mine is starting to dry out. I use it every single day, and I have for I think 2 months at this point. And I think I need to replace that ASAP because that is a very, very good mascara. So the lip combo, I've been playing around with lots of different combinations, and I just feel like I have some really great recommendations for lip liners, lip balms, lipsticks. So I'm going to show you one that I do pretty often and I just absolutely adore. This is the Makeup Forever Pencil in Wherever Walnut. This is kind of like my lip color, but a little bit deeper and just a little bit more brown. On my lips, I still have a little bit of the Phyto Balm from Naturium in Hibiscus, which I'm going to just leave because that's going to add to this look. But this liner from Makeup Forever is going to just glide right over that. So I'm going to line and fill with this pencil. Then for the lipstick portion of this combo, I'm going to use Twist from the Victoria Beckham line. This is the Posh lipstick. I love this formula. Oh, it's so amazing. Then to sort of elevate that pink, I will use the Phyto Lip Balm or the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumps. So I ordered a few of these recently, and I cannot wait to get my order in the mail because I love this formula. It's thick, it's rich and buttery, and the thickness kind of fills in the line, but it's not thick where it's kind of off-putting and you just don't want to wear it. And there is a subtle kind of mint feel. So that's where I think the plumping comes in. You click it from the bottom, and then you just kind of swipe. I'm going to do a little bit. And this shade here that I just grabbed from my drawer is called Cherry Blossom, and it's more of a kind of cooler pink. And the intensity of the shine is like no other with this. And then you feel that kind of cooling sensation, kind of minty, kind of pepperminty, not burn, not sting, nothing painful. And there's the lip combo. And that is it. That is the full face of all of my favorites for the month of November. I hope that you enjoyed this video and this tutorial kind of showing you the products and demonstration so you can really sort of see the formulas and how they apply, and then just kind of see how everything kind of comes together. And I would say 90% of the time I do very natural eye looks, very simple. Every now and again I will do something a little bit more dramatic and much more smoky, and I think I've been doing a lot of really dark, deep looks because I've been using the Pretty Grunge palette from Huda Beauty a lot. But generally this is what I do, and this eye look is what I do almost every time I leave the house because it's easy and it's simple, and that face palette from Laura Geller just sort of checks off a lot of boxes in my routine, and it just streamlines the whole process for me. So I hope that this video was helpful. I'm going to list everything down below for you, and you probably have already seen the list of favorites in the previous video, but this is like the tutorial portion to accompany that, so you get to see everything. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you watched the whole video and stayed to the end, thank you so much for being here, for watching, for your support. It truly does mean more than I can ever put into words more than you'll ever know, just having you here, spending some time with me today. So thank you for that. Have a great day. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. We can be friends. You can pay me a visit there. It always pops up here on the screen. Take care, you guys, and we'll talk very soon. Bye-bye.